Hi guys, I have a banger of a game I'd like to show you against a 2700 Protoss. It's not the strongest Protoss. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for one rack through Proxy. It's a build that I've been doing a fair bit recently. Into a fast Widow Mine drop in battlefields. But as we'll see, the game takes a little bit of an unexpected turn, as is wont to happen. So my plan in this game is actually to build a hidden base on this location here. And in hindsight, maybe I should have actually taken the Vespene gas, the rich Vespene base just slightly to the north. But the idea is that if I build a planetary there, I can mine out some of his resources, and I could use it as a base to sort of like, you know, basically run my BCs in, do some damage, and jump them out to there and repair. And maybe also I might keep the barracks here. Actually, if he doesn't notice it, I can produce some Marines and you know, run them into his third, depending on, you know, whether he scouts it. So, you know, planetary fortresses can actually be pretty hard to kill. So and we might trick him into thinking we're on one base as well. So, but I'm going to go double gas. So we need a fast wall off of the factory. And the Widow Mines, before you take them out for the drop, they can actually be quite useful defensively as well. So, you know, if it turned out to be sort of like a proxy gate or something, as long as you get the wall up on time, you can just produce Widow Mines and put them behind the wall. And he's probably not going to have detection for a little while. So he hasn't expanded yet. Nexus first. This build is very, very good against Nexus first.
Command center upgrade complete.
Yeah, it looks fairly standard, but he hasn't. I didn't scout as well as I could have, because if I'd been paying attention, I would have noticed that he should have an expansion by now, and he's only got one pylon. He's actually only got one pylon in the main. And at this stage, you need two pylons. So just try not to get surrounded here. But he's not chronoing a unit, so we have from the gateway, and it's only one gate. So yeah, it's not always easy to tag it down. It's getting pretty weak. That was painful. Only two workers killed. But I'm just going to build a bunker here, so if nothing else, we can sort of, with just one gateway, we can sort of deny the expansion for a while. And I'm going to go ahead and take my hidden expansion. We'll go into reactive Widow Mines. So let's see what he's doing here. He's probably got a, yeah, he's got a stalker out now. So yeah, I mean, three or four Reapers can take on a stalker, but we lost the first one, unfortunately, which was very unforced error. So we want an engineering bay for the planetary fortress, and we'll go into double Widow Mine production, and then into a medevac. That's the plan. And I'm going to get a fast armory as well, to cloak the Widow Mines, or at least that's part of the build, but it's just a little bit early to get it right now. So yeah, we'll just burrow them here in case, you know, he comes for a counterattack. So yeah, I'll get the armory so that the Widow Mines can stay cloaked. And it's like, this is the, okay, it's actually a Void Ray proxy. Now, actually my build is in a lot of ways a bit of a blind counter to his build, because we already have an engineering base, so we already have cloaked mines. So what we can do is we can actually just get turrets up very fast here, and we've got cloaked Widow Mines that we can use to sort of zone out the Void Rays while we make preparations. Now what you want to do against the Void Ray proxy is you basically want to try to amass, yeah, well, I don't want to be losing that, so you want to be amassing Vikings to the point that you can actually one-shot Void Rays. Yeah, we need to lower the bunker to get some more surface area for repair. Okay, can we get these down? He's target farming the depot. We can. Nice. Okay, and so what's nice about this is we've actually got a hidden base building. So you know, we're not actually going to be restricted to one base mining. Okay, so he's coming around here. Now the thing with this is he's outside the range of his battery, so he has to be careful. Okay. So he's getting a nice gas pick off there. We'll just pull away a bit. So I've gone for the high-sec auto tracking upgrade as well. So we've got a range extension. We just don't quite get that one down, but we have got one there. Yeah, we've got those turrets coming up. So yeah, so what we're going to do is we're just going to try to zone out turrets and widow mines, and we're going to produce reactive Vikings as much as possible, and then we'll start. Now I'm morphing a planetary fortress here, but honestly, it's probably not the wisest decision. Because he does, but we don't want sort of one zealot or something, a couple of zealots to deny.
Ready to blunder.
But he's not producing gateway units, right? All his money's going into batteries. Now, what's really key with this is to use the H key, the hold position key. So what you don't want your Vikings to do is to chase the void rays over the batteries. Yeah, I just don't have the APM to micro my Reapers at the same time. I'm just going to make sure that we get everything done here. So I'm getting starport upgrade as well. I'm going to get fast upgrades for my Vikings. I think this is very important.
Ready to blunder.
And what I'm actually going to do here, since I'm massively oversaturated, there's no point having all those SCVs mining because it's oversaturated. I'm actually just going to put them on auto repair. You can see down here, you can click this or you can go Alt R, and yeah, and then they will repair stuff. So I'm just going to be slowly amassing Vikings, and we're going to put them on hold position here. So you'll see that they won't chase. See when they run away, the void rays run away, they don't chase. It's very important. Okay, so we've got our first starport upgrade done. So yeah, we're putting out some damage there, and we're going to go into double starport reactive Vikings. Now we might pivot. Often, what the Protoss will do with this build is they'll eventually pivot to and what I'm going to do from here actually is only produce SCVs off the planetary fortress. So I'm going to stop producing. So yeah, the widow mines are getting some good damage, the turrets are getting some good damage. He did pick off some Vikings, but it came at a bit of a cost. And if we look at the units lost here, ordinarily the Terran is taking damage and damage and damage until the very end. But here, he's actually lost a few void rays already. So yeah, I've just stopped making SCVs off my home orbital, and I'm only making SCVs there. And I'm not going to rally them across because they'll get caught and give the base away. So I think I figure out that I should not do that very soon. So yeah, the excess SCVs I'm just going to keep with auto repair. I'm just going to keep building turrets. Now, if he goes into Tempest, the turrets are going to be useless. But by that stage, we're going to have a larger Viking count. So I know that he's on one base because my bunker is still up.
Ready to blunder.
Okay, so yeah.
Mineral field depleted.
Just keeping the Vikings on hold position. I don't quite have enough money to fully produce off both yet, but it's coming. So he's not really making a lot of headway here. We're getting starport upgrades. We're now going to be soon to be able to outmine him because we're going to have a second base, and we're going to be able to produce reactive Vikings. Okay, so you see again they're the chase again, so make sure you don't allow them to do that. Put them on hold position. Cyclones are just too difficult. Don't bother with cyclones, it's too difficult. I could actually build a tank here but I'll have to move my factory, etc. But a tank would be quite good here because he's also built the batteries quite close. So a tank, if I put the tank immediately behind my factory, I could actually start shelling up damage onto those. But I'm just going to spend all my money here on Vikings. And yeah, once you get the count up to about 12, but see, this is the problem for him. See, like he can't fight outside the range of his batteries, or this is going to happen. He lost 2 void rays here. It's very, very painful. So yeah, we're just going to keep amassing the count. We're slowly ramping up mining on that base. I should probably build some turrets here. I don't really have a lot of money for it at the moment. So I'm going to actually go to a second armory so we can get double starport upgrades.
Research.
And yeah, we should be nicely hit. Okay, so he's
Ready to plunder.
now I think what actually happened, how he discovered that is he sent a probe out to take that base, and then it got killed. So he had to send a void ray home to deal with it. So
Mineral field
yeah,
depleted.
I didn't. I thought I clicked all 3
Upgrade complete.
Reapers out, but evidently only clicked 1 out, which is annoying. But anyway, they've done their job. They denied the base for a bit. They got a couple of probe kills and they denied the base for a bit. So yeah, I've got double starport upgrades. So now I'm going to start building some turrets because he might start looking around, and he might find it. And we just want to make sure that he's not going to be able to kill it with his void rays.
Ready to plunder.
And we're good. We just keep producing Vikings, ideally 4 at a time. And now we're up to a critical mass, right? We've got about 12 there, where we can actually one-shot void rays. See, we can actually shoot through the batteries.
Ready to plunder.
So you just target fire down 1 at a time. And you know, this is oh, and we're gonna catch one right as it pops.
Base is under attack.
So yeah, now I know one's just popped, he has discovered it, but there's not really much that you can do. We'll just pull him away out of that gas here. And yeah, that's GG. So if you look at the supplies here, right? So yeah, now these can clean all this up. But another thing you can do, yeah, is build. If I'd have to move this, etc. But if I could build a tank here, he could dive in and kill it, but at fairly significant cost. You can actually shell out damage from the high ground. But in this case, it wasn't necessary. So yeah, just reacted Vikings. I've got +2 defense underway. I've finished +2 attack and should have started 3rd already. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty entertaining game and a pretty clean hold. So we can watch it briefly from his perspective. But yeah, my scouting, when you're proxying, sometimes you're just so focused on what you're doing that you forget. But it should have been pretty obvious that it was a proxy here because there's only 1 pylon at home and there's no expansion, and there should be an expansion at about this time. Yeah, losing the Reaper there after only 2 kills was really bad. Because actually we could have forced the Void Ray home, we could have done a lot of damage, you know, if we'd had 3 or 4. We could have been doing a lot of counter damage, but I don't really have the APM, honestly, to micro. Reapers are very micro intensive, and holding something like this is very micro intensive. But yeah, bit of a build order victory in a way.
Core online.
And it was fortunate we got the repair up here. We almost did it. And yeah, high-sec auto tracking, which just I think basically just kicked in then. It really makes a difference. You know? So yeah, he's going to go into Tempest. That's why he's building the fleet beacon. And so yeah, we just need to hold it off and try not to take too much damage until we get our Viking count up. That's really what it's all about. And Widow Mines are really good here. So yeah, but Tempest outrange Widow Mines, Observers outrange Widow Mines, and so Tempest outrange Widow Mines turrets, and they can use Observers to spot them. So that often what they'll do next is go into Tempest, but there's a delay. And so yeah, if you're producing double reacted Vikings, you're going to have enough. You will outtrade, and especially if you add in some upgrades as well. So yeah, that was painful.
Prismatic core online.
Upgrade complete.
So his first base is starting to mine out. So he's going to double expand. He's given up. Starts looking for. But this is the thing. Like, if he doesn't continue to commit to it, then ultimately I'm going to outproduce him. So the second he tries to expand, right, that he's not going to have the resources to keep up with my Viking production, and this is going to happen. He's going to lose everything. So usually these have to be a 1 base all in, unless they do a lot of damage. But yeah, this extra income, I wasn't able to send their CVs out, but you know, build them one at a time, and over time it actually accumulates into quite a bit of income. So if you look at the income here, you can see that we're very significantly outmining him, and we had, until this was sort of denied, we had double the gas income, the capacity for double the gas income as well. So yeah, entertaining game. Hope you guys enjoyed spectating. Cheers.